This video is going to be all about my favorite products from Chantecaille. The ones that I think are truly unique and worth the luxury price tag, that are not only favorites from the brand, but are top shelf standouts in my entire luxury beauty collection. I'm gonna be applying everything to my face today in natural light. This is gonna be chatty, unsponsored, and unfiltered. Let's get into it. And at the time of me posting this video, Chantecaille is having their annual Black Friday sale. This is the highest discount that you can get all year round on their products, and I have an exclusive code that gets you early access and 30% off all of the products, which is a higher discount than they usually offer. It's gonna be SOFIA30 that is open to all of the products site-wide, not just the ones that I'm talking about in this video. SOFIA30 and the early access starts today, November 19th, and runs through November 20th. I'm gonna have the full sale dates listed in the description box down below. I'm also gonna link all of the products, all the shades, everything that I mentioned in this video down below, or if you would like to shop along with me, you can scan this QR code that is on the screen to access my shopping guide. My links and my code are affiliate, so when you use them, it does support my channel. So thank you guys so much for supporting me during this holiday season. Hopefully you can get something good in the sale with a really good discount of 30% off. Okay, I am barefaced. Let's get into it. The first product that I'm gonna apply to my face is the Chantecaille Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint. This is from their Sheer Glow collection. They have 3 shades in this collection. The rose one is my favorite, and I'm gonna explain why in just a second. If you're curious about this product, because I always get so many questions about the Sheer Glow collection, it's basically a moisturizer. It's basically a moisturizer with a beautiful, subtle, glowy tint. It's not really makeup. It's kind of like, you know, skincare infused makeup, or in this case, I would say it's skincare with the makeup infused, if that makes sense. You can use this as your daily moisturizer, but what I like to use it for is basically like a primer especially to a lighter weight foundation, like the one I'm gonna go in with right after this. I think a lot of you guys know which one it's going to be, or under a tinted moisturizer, underneath some other type of skin tint. If you like to wear less makeup, this is a great product to check out. It has tons of skincare benefits. You're gonna see this little before and after right here. It adds a gorgeous glow that looks good even when you're not wearing any makeup at all. So I'll either wear just this on its own, or I'll use it underneath some sort of lightweight foundation to prep the skin and just add a little bit of glow. See that? See that? If you are new here, I do film in natural light with no filters. So I try and give you the best view of what that's gonna look like on your skin. Now, I like the rose one the best because it gives this ethereal brightening effect to my skin. You would think that the gold one would be the best for me because it has a warmer tint, and I do have a little bit more of like a warmer, slightly olive undertone to my skin, but that one actually blends into my skin a little bit too much. This is far more noticeable because it contrasts with my skin just a bit. It gives that really nice brightening effect. I would suggest for anybody who has fair skin, who wants this kind of glow, go with the rose one. If you're gonna get any of the 3, go with the rose one. I know that they have sets where you can get like all 3. I don't think you need all 3. Pick the one that you think you're gonna use the most. And I also like to concentrate a bit here under my eyes because that just kind of brightens up my under eye circles. There's a lot of other glowy drops, glowy primer, serum products out there on the market. I definitely think that this is one of the best ones. It's certainly the best one that I own from a skincare perspective, and it gives one of the most natural ethereal glows that I've tried from any single product. For something a little bit more customizable, if you don't really care about the skincare, you just want something that's like, you know, moisturizing and there's a lot of shades to choose from, that's when I would choose from the Dior Glow Star filter, which I will link down below. If you have watched my channel before, then you know what product is next. This is the best product. It's the best product, okay? From Chantecaille. It is one of the best foundations that I have ever tried. So many of you have purchased this on my recommendation. We love the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation. And I was a little bit scared, friends, because earlier this year, they reformulated this foundation, and I don't know how they did it, but they managed to make it even better, even better. I've talked about some of the improvements that they made in my last video, so I can link that down below. But long story short, guys, it's really similar to the old one. It's a little bit more pigmented and the shades are slightly different. I wear the shade Alabaster. This is what it looks like. It looks like a little snack pack pudding cup. And I like to use the BK Beauty 115 for these jar foundations because it just fits perfectly inside. This is a gel formula foundation. So it works really well for all skin types, even if you are oily or combo, because it doesn't get like greasy and slimy on the skin. However, if you have very dry skin like myself or mature skin, this is also incredibly moisturizing and nourishing to the skin. I find that this is really good for calming down my skin. If my skin is a little bit red or angry or irritated from the weather or hormones or what have you, okay? For whatever reason, this is the foundation that I will reach for. It is so incredibly smoothing, lightweight. It gives that glass skin effect. It never gets crusty. It never gets cakey. It literally like becomes one with your skin. I absolutely love it. I like to look for foundations that are lightweight, but still have pigment to them because less is more. I don't want to have to apply a whole ton of foundation to my face to get the coverage that I need. And let's face it, like I do want it to look natural. I don't want it to look like I'm wearing a mask on my face, and that's what this foundation does. I don't know if I have another foundation in my luxury collection that works so well for so many different skin types and ages. At least that's my conclusion after hearing the feedback from all of you guys who have tried this. Okay, so I just did a light layer there. This is a little before and after, so nothing on this side of the face. And then a light layer of the shade Alabaster on this side. Do you see how it just looks incredibly skin-like? It doesn't really look like I'm wearing foundation. It just looks like my skin is perfected. If there is anything to pick up from Chantecaille, it's this foundation. If you're in the market for a foundation, at least, this is my absolute favorite product. Love the rest of the ones that are in this video. They are still top shelf, but this is like the tippy top of the pyramid for me. Next up is what I think is a rather underrated product from Chantecaille. This is the Le Camouflage Stilo. This is their under eye concealer. I guess you can use it anywhere, but it's supposed to camouflage your dark circles. I love this concealer. It is incredibly moisturizing. We'll do a little before and after here again. I like to put a lot of concealer, but I would say focus it along the deepest part of the dark circles. You can put this all over the face, but it really works its magic on dark circles. It does come in this little click pen, so it makes it super easy to focus the product wherever you want. Whenever I show this product, I always get questions, you know, how does this compare against all the other click pen concealers? Most notably, the Victoria Beckham Beauty Concealer and the Clé de Peau concealer. I'll show you here on my hand. This is the Clé de Peau that I have. This is the Victoria Beckham, and this is the Chantecaille. Now, I know that they're all like slightly different shades. I mean, that's what happens sometimes when you buy concealers. But maybe you can tell here that the Chantecaille has the most moisturizing finish. None of them are drying. Like, they're all really good products. They're all good concealers, and they have different types of skincare. So you might want to take a look at the ingredients and see, you know, what skincare complements you the best. But I like the Chantecaille the best for the under eyes because I have very dry under eyes. And you can see right there, it has such a beautiful brightening effect. And it doesn't settle into fine lines. It just does a really nice job of covering up my dark circles while keeping that area hydrated. The Clé de Peau, I tend to use that one for touch-ups. I like to put that in my handbag because it has a slightly matter finish that I think is great. If I just need to, like, you know, fix up my makeup or like my lip line, you know, you can kind of go like this with these types of concealers to clean up the look. But the Chantecaille one is really the one that I like the best as an under eye concealer. And of course, everything is very like skincare infused. And I will link all of these brushes down below. This is another one from BK Beauty. The only thing that I don't like about this concealer is that there are not enough shades. Like the shade range is pretty abysmal, guys, so I'm warning you. I don't approve the shade range. Not endorsing the shade range at all, but if you can find a shade that works for you, then I think it's awesome. If you can't find a shade that works for you, then I would go with the Victoria Beckham Beauty one, because that's gonna be what is the most similar to this one from Chantecaille. Okay, moving along. Next up, I have the Chantecaille Real Bronze. This is their bronzer in the powder formula. It is a baked gelée formula, as we like to say, which gives a very smooth kind of airbrushed effect. I have the one that is in this limited edition Cosmos packaging. I think this just came back in stock. The bronzers have been out of stock, guys. I don't know what's going on, but if you see the powder bronzer in stock, just know it is a good one. And I have the shade Sirena, and I'll show you a swatch here and some comparisons. This is Sirena. This is the Sisley bronzer, which I believe only comes in one shade. That is the most similar from a formula perspective. And then I have right here the Tom Ford bronzer in the shade Terra. You'll see here that the Sisley bronzer, it is a tad bit warmer, and then the Tom Ford is a little bit more neutral. I really like this shade from Chantecaille. I think it gives some warmth to the skin without making me look completely orange, and you can see mine is like so gross and well loved. It makes me so happy. We'll do a little before and after. I love this big buffer brush because I can just kind of like pat it on, almost like a powder puff. I try not to grind it into the face too much because I don't like to wipe away my foundation. So this does a good job of just kind of like patting it on. Okay, so right here you can see without, and then this is with the bronzer. I like it. I think it's a really beautiful toasty shade. They also have a gel bronzer. It's like a gel liquidy formula. I like that one, but it only comes in one shade, and the shade is a very particular shade that I don't think a lot of people are going to like. It's rather warm. It has kind of like a reddish look to it. I like it. I do have a very old review here on my channel that you can watch. I would recommend the powder bronzer over that, mostly because of the shade, not because the formula isn't that good. All right, I quickly did my brows off camera so I didn't have to subject you to their craziness anymore. We are gonna be moving along to the cheeks, and unlike the gel bronzer, which only comes in one shade and I don't think it's gonna work for everybody, I would highly recommend checking out the cheek gelées. It is the same formula as the gel bronzer, except they are blushes. So they come in a variety of colors. They actually just expanded the line and they launched some new shades this year, which I think are totally beautiful. And my favorite one is this one called Thrill. This is a beautiful kind of bronzer type of shade. It is a bronze with some rose in it. Take a look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. And it is shimmery, but it's not like, whoa, super metallic. One of the reasons why I recommend these is because I really do think that this formula is very unique compared to other cream and liquid blushes that I have in my collection, because it is a gel formulation, kind of like how the foundation is also a gel formulation. Very easy to apply, very user, beginner friendly. If you don't like cream products, if you don't like liquid products, you might like these. You honestly might like these because they look so natural on the skin, but they don't get greasy or slimy. They don't get greasy or slimy. They're good for so many skin types, and they give this gorgeous kind of watercolor effect to the cheeks. You can kind of see through. You can still see, you know, some of like my freckles there with this makeup. It's very natural, but still pigmented enough for a lot of different skin tones. It will dry down a bit more after a couple of minutes. Like at first it might feel like freshly moisturized skin, but then it does dry down, so you don't feel like you have to like set it, for example. I like these much more than the powder ones that they have in the line that have like the little animals. Those aren't bad blushes, don't get me wrong, but I don't find that they're anything super unique right? Compared to other blushes that I have in my collection. It's like, oh, another really nice powder blush. And once you start to use them, you can't see the cute little animal on the inside. I kind of wish that they put the animal on the outside and improve the packaging. Whereas these blushes, it's like, oh, okay, this is actually a unique formula. So I'm willing to spend my money on this. And I think it's great even for like a low maintenance makeup wear. I think these would make a really great gift. I think they have some gift sets with these as well. So I think this would be something that would really impress a friend or family member who maybe doesn't have a lot of makeup. The next couple products that I'm going to show you are all from the Chantecaille Holiday 2025 collection. These were gifted to me, so thank you so much to Chantecaille. This isn't sponsored or anything like that. I actually really do like these products. I think that the formulas are very good. I think that they are very expensive. So I will be honest, friends, I would get these on sale. I would get these on sale. The formulas are so good. And I'm gonna show them to you again today. I know I already reviewed this collection for you. Truthfully, guys, I mean, I think they're good, but they're kind of pricey. They're kind of pricey. The first product that I want to show you right here is the Radiant Blush. This is a very light shade, very light. So on me, it's more of like a blush topper. I almost use it kind of like a highlighter. I like to really wisp it onto the skin. And it actually does give a gorgeous, slightly pink flush to my cheeks. I think if you are a deeper skin tone to me, this is gonna be more like a really pretty pink highlighter. It is incredibly smooth, like super finely milled. This is a luxury formula. They did a fantastic job with this formula. I mean, take a look at that. And then you kind of just like blend it out. And it is this gorgeous, gorgeous petal pink shade. I'm gonna put a little bit on this side of my cheeks just so you can see what it looks like layered over the blush we just did. Although I'll make sure I include some clips of what this looks like on its own. So pretty. I have worn this on its own and I do think it looks nice, but I don't know, I just like a little bit more color to my cheeks. This is like the perfect pink highlighter. And it's kind of an interesting undertone. I don't really have another pink highlighter that looks quite like this. Let me show you an example. So here's what you typically get from a pink highlighter. This one is the Dior Forever in 03 Pink Halo. Beautiful highlighter, but as you can see, it's definitely more of a highlighter. It's kind of like that icy ballet pink, whereas this, I don't know, it just has like this really pretty petal pink type of tone. I'll swatch these for you, by the way. Here is the Chantecaille one, and here is the Dior. So you can see how the Chantecaille one, it does look like a blush once it goes onto the cheeks. And then also in this collection is the Cheek Light. And this is gonna be more like a traditional highlighter, pretty much for everybody out there because it is so light. There's no way this is going to be a blush. This is also an absolutely stunning shimmering powder product. I just love how they do all of these baked formulas. They are incredibly, incredibly smooth. A lot of people were asking me, how does this compare to the Chanel Camellia highlighter? So I thought I would show you a quick little comparison. First, I'll hold them up so you can see side by side, and you probably have figured out now how they're gonna be different. This has more of like a nude character to it. Formulas are both great. I would say they're just as good. It's just, it is a slightly pinker tone, whereas the Chanel is more like a nude. So there you go. The Dior is more of like a frosty pink, that one I just showed you. So they're not, like none of these are really dupes for each other, but I would say that this Chantecaille Cheek Light, which I'm gonna put on the other cheek for you guys, very similar in formula to the Chanel. If you liked that, if you wanna pick up something else that's similar, but maybe a little bit pinker, this would be a good option. And see how it didn't get stuck to the gel blush that I just applied? It's not sticky. You wait a minute or two, it dries down, and then you can very easily buff powder products on top. So I think they did a really good job with these. The packaging is also limited edition. It's this kind of like dewdrop type of effect. Not my favorite packaging that they've ever done, to be honest with you, but it's cute, it's pretty. I really like the products. I really like the formula inside of the packaging. That's what I'm the most excited about. And I'm also excited about the Eye Lumiere liquid eyeshadows. These are also a part of the holiday collection for 2025, but they should be a part of the permanent collection because these are so nice, guys. This is such a beautiful formula. I know a lot of you out there, you purchased one or more of these this season and you agree that these are fantastic. I have the shade Marron Glacé. They did gift this to me, so thank you, Chantecaille. This is the shade that I would have purchased myself because it is a stunning, cool-toned, neutral, taupey type of brown. I absolutely love it. One of the reasons why I like these is because they are not drying. They're actually like moisturizing on the eye. You know how a lot of liquid eyeshadows, they kind of like cake up. They sort of look textured and crusty on the eyes. Not these. They're super smooth. Let me show you. I actually have a Chantecaille brush to use. This one is the Eye Basic. I'll link it down below. These are super smooth. I love the elegant shimmer that they give. And I seriously don't know why these are a limited edition product. This seems like something that they should just have, like, you know, 6 shades that we can buy all the time. So Chantecaille, if you're listening, if you want my feedback, make these permanent. There are 2 other shades to purchase. They are lighter in tone. I am thinking about maybe getting one of them, but I really like this shade. It has little bits of gold and silver sparkles, and when this formula hits the light, oh my goodness, it glimmers. I haven't had any issues with these creasing at all. As you can see, they're very easy to apply. It's more than a sheer wash of color. I would say these are slightly more pigmented than those new Merit Solo Shadow Sheens. It's a little bit more pigmented than that. Those are like a wash of color. Like they're very, very subtle. I love those also. But I would say these have a little bit more impact. It is a holiday collection, so I think they wanted to, you know, just add like a little bit more sparkle to this type of formula. But it's the same kind of situation where it's like a quick one and done. I'm going to layer on top a little bit of the cheek light, so pop a little bit here in the inner corner. Realistically, this would take me like 2 minutes to do. Okay, next up I have the famous Chantecaille mascara. Now, this is a very expensive mascara. It's really expensive. It's a good mascara. It's really good. And there's a lot of lash care ingredients. I've done an ingredient analysis on this before. It's legit. It's a really nice formula. And those of you out there who buy this, you tell me that you mostly buy it, well, you buy it because it looks nice on your lashes, but the reason that you spend the money on it is because you feel like it's very gentle on your lashes and it cares for your lashes. That's why I would splurge on this. Personally, would I buy it not on sale? No. No, I would not. I just think it's way too expensive for a mascara. Like, as much as I love it, I really don't buy it unless it's on sale. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel because I always let you guys know when I do see Chantecaille sales throughout the year. It gives a very nice lengthening effect, but also some volume as well. I think it is very long lasting. It's a top-notch mascara. It's really good. It's just very, very expensive. So if you're looking at that price tag and you're like, oh my gosh, there's other things that I want to get from Chantecaille, or it's just not something that you care to pay for, I totally understand. The alternative that I would recommend is the Kosas Soul Gazer mascara. I've been using that nonstop for the past like 2 months. It gives a very similar lengthening effect, and that one is also designed for sensitive eyes. It is kind of like a tubing formula. It's really similar to the Chantecaille, and it has lash care ingredients. Now, is it going to be as advanced as the Chantecaille? Probably not. I'm not a cosmetic chemist, but it's probably not going to be like as expensive of ingredients. But I think it's a really, really good mascara. I love using it, and it gives a very fluttery effect, just like the Chantecaille. So that's just one coat, guys. Pretty good, right? It's a really nice mascara, and I will link down below the lash serum that I use on my lashes because my lashes are decently long to start, but they're this long because of the lash serum that I use, not because of this mascara. Chantecaille has a couple of lip formulas. It's kind of confusing what the differences are between them. My favorites are the Lip Chic, the Lip Veil, and the Lip Crèmes. The last one being the newest formula that they just released, which are so beautiful. And I'm gonna do my best to explain the subtle differences between all of these to you today. Now, I don't have the same shade in 3 different formulas, but I'm trying my best here, guys. First up is the Lip Chics. These seem to be the sheerest formula, the glossiest formula. It's more like a balm. This is the shade Starflower, which was from this Sea Turtle collection. This is gonna give a beautiful glossy look to the lips. This is a really pretty nude. But see how it's not like super pigmented? These are incredibly moisturizing, and as you can see, I don't need like a lip liner, like they're not too precious or anything like that. So those are the Lip Chics. Then you have the Lip Veils, which to be honest with you guys, are really not that different from the Lip Chics. If you're going back and forth between like, should I get this one, should I get that one? Just get the shade that you like the most, or maybe the packaging that you like the most, because these seem to be just a little bit more pigmented, at least out of the ones that I have in my collection. This one right here is Acacia, I think that's how you pronounce it, from the Cheetah collection. So here is that lip veil. See, it's like not that much different. It's like slightly less glossy, but I would wear this in a very similar type of situation, right? Like throw this in my purse, pop it on, very moisturizing. I feel like it does a really nice job at smoothing the lips, not emphasizing any fine lines. None of these have like plumping ingredients, pH adjusting ingredients. You don't get any of that. Although, I don't know, maybe that would be cute for another type of product. So those are the lip veils. These are very expensive. They're very expensive, but I will say they're good. I do think that they are worth it. They're beautiful. I think they make really good gifts. I've purchased these for my mom before. She loves them. If you have really dry lips, I think that they are worth it. The packaging is very luxurious. I do think it's best to get them on sale because they're like $48, $50. So wait for a sale, but I do think that they are worth that luxury price tag. And lastly, we have the Lip Crèmes. These just came out a couple of months ago, a little bit earlier in this season, and these are more like a hydrating lipstick, an ultra creamy, pigmented lipstick. The packaging is stunning. I think this is aluminum. Oh my gosh, guys. It feels nice. It's got the little baby and mama elephant on there. And there's something about when you like twist it up, I don't know, like the mechanism feels very satisfying. It feels like, wow, this is fancy, you know what I mean? This is the shade Banyan Tree. I purchased this one a little while ago. You guys know I love a good toasty nude. These have a little point, so it kind of makes it easy to trace the color. The darker shades of these, I think you might want a lip liner just to get the line a bit more crisp, but I'm showing it to you without the liner just so you can get the most accurate representation. See how these, like, they have some glossiness to them, but it's more of a lipstick. And they do kind of set down a little bit, but they really, like, they don't dry out. It's a really comfortable lipstick formula. I'm very impressed. All right, so here is Banyan Tree. I love this color. It looks really good with the liner as well. You can sheer them out. They have so many beautiful shades. I think this one is my favorite though. I mean, this is the one that I purchased. I also purchased the holiday one for 2025. This one is called Barberry. So I want to show this to you guys as well in case you're interested in this limited edition shade. All right, so here is Barberry. This is like an insanely beautiful color. Not an everyday color for me, but really beautiful. I mean, come on, how glamorous is this red? It makes my teeth look really white as well, so that's always a plus. It is a very festive, very glamorous red. It's not like bright fire engine red. It's almost like red velvet with a little bit of a slight purpley undertone. Comment down below, let me know what you think of this shade, if any of you guys picked this up. So this is the final makeup look, my friends, but the video is not over. I am gonna share with you my skincare favorites from Chantecaille just to finish everything up. They have a lot of skincare and it is very expensive, but they are one of my favorite skincare brands in addition to makeup brands. There's a lot to choose from. I've never tried anything that wasn't good, but I'm gonna share with you guys what I think are the best of the best, the things that I have repurchased myself and that I think stand out amongst all of the products that at least I have tried from the brand, which are quite a few. My absolute favorite skincare product from Chantecaille and one of the best skincare products I have ever tried in my life is a pricey one, but for me, it's worth it. It is the Gold Recovery Mask. This is a savior for dry and stressed out skin. It calms my skin. It's the kind of product that with just one use, I see results. And if I use it once or twice a week, even better. I put a nice thick layer on my skin. It says that you need to leave it on for at least 15 minutes. I try and leave it on for as long as possible. Or sometimes I'll put it on my face, take a bath, just kind of relax, tissue off the excess, and then I'll go to bed. So it's kind of like a little night mask. And I wake up, I kid you not, guys, I kid you not. I wake up with baby skin, smooth, plump, moisturized, calmed baby skin. It really does such a nice job of strengthening the moisture barrier. It also has like anti-aging ingredients and those types of things in here as well. I have also tried the serum that is in this line. I didn't really see much of a difference. I used up the whole bottle. It was a perfectly fine serum, but I felt like the mask was way better. I also have the 24 karat gold essence from this line. That's a really great product. I have been using that every day. It's wonderful for softening the skin, but I just think it's a bit overpriced. I think you can get something similar from Augustinus Bader for a more affordable price point. I'll link that product down below. I also think looking into like Korean skincare, K-beauty, J-beauty, I think you can find some really good essences there that do similar things. This is a bit too expensive, I think, for what it is. Out of the whole 24 karat gold line, the mask is definitely the star for me. And in fact, if you don't want to invest in the gold mask, all of the masks from Chantecaille are really, really good. I don't even buy masks from other brands. I just use the ones from Chantecaille because I think that they are the best. If you want something that's good for dry skin and also for irritated skin, I also recommend checking out the Jasmine and Lily Calming Mask. That one actually has like a cooling sensation when you put it on your skin. It's really great if you pop it in the fridge for a little bit, let it get cool, then put it on your skin. That one is very, very relaxing, very refreshing and calming. And then if you want to purify, maybe like pores, blackheads, if you have oily or combo skin, if you have acne, definitely check out the clay mask. It is the best clay mask that I have ever tried. You know, with a lot of clay masks, you put them on and they're like, leave this on for 15 minutes, but after like 15 seconds, your face is like dry like the Sahara Desert and it's cracking. Like they dry so quickly. This mask does not do that. You put it on and it stays, like somehow it stays moisturized. It stays moist. I know some people don't like that word. It stays wet for a long time. It actually doesn't dry out your skin at all, but it purifies. I think maybe it has honey in it or something like that. It's great. It is the only clay mask basically that I use at this point. And then the other product that I've really been enjoying in my everyday routine is the Vital Essence. This is basically kind of like a gel type of serum, and I put this on usually after the essence but before my moisturizer. Kind of use it as like a serum, and this is also a very good product for stressed or reactive skin. It has a lot of great humectants, a lot of botanicals with anti-inflammatory properties. It is rose water based, which apparently is a naturally soothing antioxidant. I love this stuff. You can see I used up quite a bit already. I was using it up a little bit too fast. I was doing like 3 pumps at a time and brought that down to like 1 or 2 pumps, which is really all that you need. So if you want something that is moisturizing, anti-inflammatory, and soothing, that is not a mask that you can kind of like integrate into your everyday routine, I would highly recommend the Vital Essence. I've been using this for a couple of months now, and as you can see, I really like it. Comment down below and let me know, what are your favorite products from Chantecaille and what is on your wish list? If there were any products that I missed today, if you want reviews on any more products from the Chantecaille line, I'm gonna be linking my entire Chantecaille playlist down below. I have tons of reviews of their products, things that I like, things that I don't like, so definitely check that out after this to watch more. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.